Welcome back, y'all. This is stage 4, Bad That Badge. Man, yes, this is the park perimeter reverse. I think this is the last one, yes, because the month does end on Friday. So this will be the last one in this series. Man, I gotta say, this is my Recon run. And I ran this run at 12:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that means at 1:10 p.m., the regular race that normally would be on Zwift Community Live, that one is the one where a lot of the big dogs are. So I ran this one, and it had about 90 to 95 people in it. So I ran this one a little early as my Recon run, and I'm gonna let you know I did run the 1 o'clock. So I ran these two back to back. So yeah, and I've done it a lot in the D's, but with C's, it's totally different. So and especially everybody know at that 1 o'clock time normally, there's a lot of riders in there who can really ride. So I'm gonna post that one up Wednesday. I'm gonna post this Recon up tonight. Yes, it is Monday, so I'm trying to get them all recorded up and get them all posted this weekend. I mean, this week, like I say, this Recon run will be up. Now, with that being said, let me thank all my subscribers, man. I'm up to like 263, 264. Hey, look, man, I'm almost to 300 by the end of this month. Thank y'all for doing. You got to remember, 2 weeks ago, I was on that 200. So I really want to thank y'all for helping me out with that. So if you like anything I do with my content, man, just give me a like and give me a sub, man. It really helps out, man. And if you have any suggestions on things I can do, which you'll see I use some of it in this one, but I'm gonna tell you what, that 1 o'clock race, I used a lot of the information y'all gave me. So I want to let you know, man, if you have any comments, anything you want to say to me, man, I listen, and I do write you back. I try to write everybody back in a timely manner. Sometimes it takes a little longer than others, but I do try to get back to you. So with that being said, let's get off into this race. And we're off. And as we take off on this race, you have to remember one thing. I saw Swifter do this. So I watched his race, and that helped me out a lot. And I'll put him in my descriptions down there with the where he's at. And I'm also posted on this screen when I get a chance. So as you can see, we're racing. And the first half of this race is a little climb, but the climbs, I'm gonna give you an idea about these climbs. The climbs, I call them hills, but they're sharp hills. Outside of 2 hills, these are really sharp hills, meaning that you come up on like a 1% grade for most of the hill, and then all of a sudden it goes sharp into like a 5, 6, 10% climb, but it's only for like 3 or 4 seconds. It's not long at all if you're riding. So that made it a lot easier as a big guy. And once you got over the hill, there were mostly drops that gave me a chance to rest. Now, on this race, I'm still trying to get better at being in the pack. You notice how I stick back in the pack. I've been told so many times, asked so many times while I'm out in front, a lot of times because of the speed. Now, if you see, I fade to the back of the pack really hard. And so my goal was, now, my fear was, you see how that guy took off way in front? My fear was that these guys would take off and be gone. I wanted so bad to get in there, but what I did was I did speed up, but there's a pack of us right here now. I hit my, right there was just before we go now, I hit my, I had a feather, and I hit the feather just before we climbed the hill. So just before we went on the underwrite, and then I end up getting another feather. So as we go up under that thing, as we went under the archway, I'm coming out in front now. The only reason I'm coming out in front now is if you look at it, it's a negative climb, and I powered in over the hill. Now, what I did do was not come out of go slow. I just kind of pedaled down a little bit. Now, you're going to see some crazy things. Y'all talk about, y'all want to know what kind of drag I get off other people. Y'all don't really see it on here because you're going to laugh at some of the drags that I get off this thing. Now, we're on the other edge where we're going up this hill right here. Now, like I told you, it's 1%. Look at 1% climb, 1.3% climb. And it stays like that for a minute. Then it jumps to 3, and then all of a sudden it jumps up to 5, 6, and then it goes real high. At the very end of it, it jumps again. And so what I had to do is make sure I pedal in right here so I can get to the top. Look at my power. I pedal in right there so I can get to the top with everybody else. Now, I'm going to let you know, this race was pretty cool. I took off Sunday, so my legs were a little fresher. So as we come down through here, as we come down the back of the hill, what I'm trying to do is just stay in the draft. I'm trying not to pedal as much. Look at my pedals over there. I'm just trying to kind of stay in the draft. Now, I know it's not steep enough for me to get where I can do super tuck. Now, on this side, I can. And you're going to see me super tuck a lot on this race. And as we go down, I pedal into it to get my speed up. and I wanted to super tuck on this thing for a good little minute because I know there's another little step as we come down right here. And then as we go over it, we go back down into another fall climb. Now if you see on the map up there, you see where I'm at. I'm the big orange dot going down. There is a spike right there, but that's not a deadly spike because I'm gonna have so much speed hitting it, it's not gonna matter. Now I'm super tough. Look at my pedals. Now as we come down the hill, we head back up. I pedal into this hill right here, but I rested most of that downhill. Now I know what to do on the next lap. I know this is 2 laps. So we come to the peak of this hill. Now look, I'm with the pack because I didn't hurt myself going down the hill. My heart rate is not up, and since I had so much momentum, I get over this hill. Now the second hill right here is where I had part of my dilemma at. So we come down here. I'm super tough. Now look at me. I'm just super tough. I'm just riding. My pedals are 0. I'm at 70 something, and I'm just riding down that hill. And I'm just staying where I'm at, and I'm waiting for people to come up. Now for big guys, I suggest you go ahead, whatever part of your feather, or if you have a draft, hit it right here. So when they come upon you, they can pull you up. This is the harder of the 2 little hills. You see when we go up this hill, this is the harder. So you don't want to get left here. So that's my game goal, was not to get left on this one. So I had a feather, and I made a mistake on this race and hit it on the next one. I realized when I came back around that I was gonna hit the feather on that hill. So you want to hit it on that hill. And the reason for that is because that's the sharpest of the 2 hills. The other one is more like a mole hill where it gets high, it's a longer grade up, but you do get a chance. You see how we going down a slight negative before we hit it? You do get a chance to build up some speed to hit that one. And since it's not as aggressive as that first hill that we hit just then, it's easier to go ahead and power through it. We only get 2 powers each round. So as we come back around here, you see I'm coming back up top, and I'm thinking about, okay, cool. The next little come down, we just gonna be coming down the hill. So once you get up to the top, you try to stick with everybody, and this is where you don't want to get left out. Because if you can stick with everybody here as a bigger guy, the rest of it's downhill until we hit that little archway where we get another power up. So for the most part, yeah, you see a little lump on my map right there, but you have so much speed that it doesn't even matter no more. So as we come over this hill, what I'm trying to do now, look at my pedal. I'm not really pushing hard. I'm just trying to let them get in front of me as we get ready to go down the hill. I put a little power in it. Look at it. We're at -1%, -2%. Now look at my draft numbers. I'm gonna sit back in this pack and let them do all the work in a minute. As we go over this hill, we're coming down, and I'm gonna sit back in the pack. Now you're gonna see it on the other race, it's gonna be really defined. But as we come down this hill, I kind of just get in the pack and just ride with them. I'm waiting for we hit this little cutout down here. That's gonna really show you what draft numbers I get off people in front of me. So as we come around on this little archway, we get another power up. And as we come down right here, look at me. I'm just sitting here, and my pedal's going down a little bit, and I was trying to save, and I'm trying to get my weight balance back up. So I'm trying to save as much energy as I can. So we coming down here, now we're coming down another hill, and I'm in the pack. And as we come down, or as we get ready to go back down this hill, now these are, you see right here, I'm in back of them. I kind of laid back in the back. Look at my draft numbers. Look at my draft numbers. They're up to 250, 300. Now I'm gonna tell you on the next one is getting outrageous. So I'm just trying to build up my weight balance. I'm trying to conserve energy. That's what I'm really trying to do on this race. So that's one thing I was really trying to get better at, is conserving. Now, only time I pulled off is when I see the numbers go up. I know I had to put a little bit in at the bottom of the hill so that my weight don't get hit. So I don't get hit by my weight, because if I take too long to do that, I will get hit with it. So as we come back around this straight, I know that we get ready to come back over to the, like you see on the map, there's a little lump right here. Now, as we come to this little lump, I'm not worried about too much what's going on, because we're coming to this little lump right here. And what I do is, once I see the archway, just before we go under it, and I hit my power up, and I had a feather right here, and I hit it. But I end up getting a draft next. So that kind of threw it off now. So now I got a draft. And so as we come over here, I go ahead and let them get in front of me. I'm trying to let them pull me around. I'm trying to save my weight balance. I'm trying to save my energy. You saw, when you see me do the tiny race, you see how bad that can get sometimes. I got a tiny race come out Thursday. You can see what's going on. Now, you can see me. I'm conserving my energy. I'm riding the pack. Now, I did this a lot better on the next one, but I think because I was a little bit more tired, so I really had to do it. But if you watch this, As you come out here, you come around this hill right here, the one place you don't want to get left out is at the top of this thing. Now, like I said, it's a steady low climb, 1.2, 1.3, just till you get to the very top of it. As you see, we get to the very top of it, and you can see it right here as it ramps up. Right here, it goes to 2.3, 2.3, and then when we flatten out right here, we're gonna go one more turn right here, and this way it gets to the 6.9, and then it goes up to 10. Watch, it goes real fast. It's a real sharp hit, and then after we get hit with it, we on the down end of the, now we do have a couple of lumpy lumps of rolling hills right in here, but it doesn't matter because by the time we hit them, I already got some speed up and it's not gonna hurt me. And we in the negative, look at my weight balance, I've studied keeping it up. I'm not trying to get out in front. What I'm trying to do is just ride with them, look at that. Every once in a while, I try to stop pedaling as much as possible, especially when I see we going downhill. Now we hit this second hill where we climb up. Now, once we get on this other hill, now watch what I do. Now, I'm trying to get my weight balance back up. It's at 6.1 and slowly climbing. And as we come down this hill, you see I let them get in front of me because I was told that kind of let them get in front of me. And I'm slowly coming down. Once we get the pedaling going, once we're going down, as we're going down, I'm trying to get to the point where I can super tough. And that's all I'm looking for. And now as I super tough, look at me. I'm not doing anything really. And look at my weight, look at the draft numbers I'm getting. And the only reason now look, when they get back in front of me, look at my draft numbers. My draft numbers go through the roof, especially when we're going down. Now, we're on a positive right here. I can tell you that little humpy hump right there, but it don't matter because I hadn't been pushing myself. Look at my weight balance. It's shot up some. Now, if we go this hill right here, once it go downhill, we're going to come over this hump right here, and we're going to go downhill, and I power into it, and then what I do, I just let the thing does the work for me. So I should stop pedaling just a second right here, and I am. I'm not pedaling. Look at me. Look at the draft. I'm getting 800 in the draft in front of me. I am rolling. I'm doing 60-some kilometers an hour, and I'm getting 800, 700 drafts off of me on that downhill right there. That's what I'm saying. You can save a lot of power, and I feel what y'all talking about. I try to stay more in the middle of the pack with these numbers. So now I know we're coming up on this hill right here. On this first one, what I did, I hit the draft so I can stick with them more because I know in the next one, if I can get over this lump right here, I can power it, especially with me holding off and not doing anything, it gave me heart rate back. So my heart wasn't as high because I wasn't pedaling it down. I let them do all the dragging for me. So what happens is that as we go over that hump, I know now that when we get over this thing, now I wasn't looking at my kilometers left up there. You see it's 2.1, it's going down. I didn't look at it until it was like 900 meters out, and that was my fault. I didn't realize how close the finish line was right here. So as we come around here, my goal now is to, once we get over this second hump, like I told you, I saved it. So we get over this hump right here, I knew the rest of it was mostly downhill. So all I needed to do was get me a good pedal going over this hump right here. And you see I put the power in just so I can get over this rolling hill right here so we can get into the decline. Once I'm in the decline, I started powering into it. But I hadn't looked to see how much, that was my fault. I was too busy really trying to look at the screen, and I was looking at where I was so when I could put my power in to get me over now and look at my weight balance, it's negative, but I knew that was gonna happen. And the only thing I was trying to do is measure what I was gonna be at, where I was gonna be at. So as we get here, we got 1,000 meters left and we got 800 meters left. Now look at what I'm doing. Because we're going negative, I can put it in, it's a longer negative. So as we do that, I look up and that's when I realize, oh man, I need to really put in. So as we go in, I go in to catch up to them. Now, the only mistake I made, now look at my speed and look at their speed. Look at my speed and look at, I backed off kind of right here. I should have just kept powering. I should have put more power in and kept that number. You see, I'm kind of backing off. I should have kept more power. I waited. If I'd have just kept going, that would cost me right there. That would cost me right there. Man, I tell you what, I was happy about this race, but like I said, that right there would cost me. When I race again, I'm not gonna worry about that, and I'm just gonna keep rolling. With that, I wanna thank y'all for liking my material. Thank y'all for subscribing to me. Have a great day. If you don't get to watch more of my videos, have a great week. Ride on.